Hello everyone, after a long wait I'm finally doing a review on a New Bright Gold Rush locomotive. But before I go into the review, let me just do a quick summary on the history of New Bright's battery powered trains. Okay, so you've probably heard of New Bright if you ever been through the RC toy aisle of, your local Walmart or Target. But only a handful of people knew that New Bright actually made battery-powered trains that fit on G-gauge track. New Bright has been making battery-powered trains since the 1980s. They stopped making battery-powered trains around the early 2000s, probably due to changing times, since most kids nowadays are not really into trains, unfortunately. New Bright has 3 locomotives that they mass produce, excluding the Christmas trains with their unique molding that is different from these. They go as follows: the standard 262 Prairie that is in most New Bright train sets, the 440, which is also a track powered version for New Bright's Rail King line, and also another Prairie, but this one is different since it has the body of a Bachmann 280, which that 280 is this reading locomotive. I'll put up the picture and name of the class after editing this video right here. So now with the quick summary of New Bright's train history, now let's go look over this model. I got this battery powered train for my birthday a couple of months ago, since my interest for New Bright trains have kind of regrown. And also I really like the paint scheme that New Bright gave their Gold Rush engine. It's just an elegant scheme. Black, silver, gold, and red. That's just beautiful. Though some people might see otherwise. There's 2 variants of the Gold Rush locomotive. There's this one, the 440, with a tan peach color boxcar, and there's another one that uses the New Bright standard New Bright Prairie, and it has a green boxcar. Either way, both sets still have an oval loop of plastic track. This is not the track. This one that I got from eBay for my birthday didn't come with track, which is great because I wanted to get LGB track since it's better, and also I plan on getting the Rail King trains, and also I want to get like other actual G-gauge trains like LGB, like the LGB American locomotives, and also some Bachmann big haulers, and they're pretty neat. Anyway, back to the model. There's a few scuff marks here and there, but that is because I already played with this model once I got it for my birthday. It also kind of modified weight-wise, and also moved certain pieces around, since when I first got it and ran it on LGB track, it kept on derailing on curves. Alright, we're gonna see what's causing this engine to derail. Derailment is probably because I'm running it on a different style of track and not plastic New Bright track, which on New Bright track it runs perfectly fine. So yeah, I think the main problem for its derailments is how I laid out the LGB track. It took a week and a couple more days for me to try to figure out how to make this model run without derailing. it still derails on curves, but it really depends, and besides, it doesn't really do it that much. It normally runs perfectly now. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get on with the actual review. So, yes, this new bright engine is, of course, resembling a standard American Wild Western 440. And I really like New Bright's version of 440. There's something about it with its length, and also these extra details that a normal 440 wouldn't have, that makes this model a bit more unique and nice looking. And up here we got domes, look pretty, and this bell, which unfortunately broke on one end, but that's alright. I can fix that with just gluing one piece of a toothpick and just super gluing or hot gluing it to this side. Right here we got the nice looking lamp and funnel, which is actually removable, and there are listings out there of New Bright 440s without their funnels. It seems like this one can easily come off. Well, I'm not going to try to pull it off because I don't want to break this. This model is like 40 years old, and I don't want to damage it any more than the wear and tear already has. Anyway, there's also a bit of detail down here. A few rivets. Let me turn on the light. A few rivets, brake detail, air brakes, all the good stuff. Also got actual valve. Also got valve gear. Yeah, this piston is. This piston rod is actually connected to the last wheel, not the first wheel. There probably are reasons to this that I don't know of as of right now, but I just like to point that out. Also got little rivet screw details that will be on a side rod. Pretty neat. Well, all these wheels got gold walls. Pretty elegant. New Bright on the piston, and Express up here, because you know, the Gold Rush Express. I like how New Bright put their name on the piston. It kind of give me vibes to when Lionel used to put like a builder's plate on their post-war items saying built by Lionel. Actually, that New Bright logo would look good on the builder's plate up here. Oh well, it's been 40 years since they made this, and it's already too late to ask him to do that. On the smelt box, there would normally be a sticker up here with the engine's number, but I think that just fell off over time. I might make a new sticker in a later date, but for now, that's fine. Got the little cow catcher up here. Look, has some really neat wood detailing. And you can just cut off this coupler to replace it with an actual coupler of your choice. Got these handrails connected to piston and cow catcher and the whole boiler. And this firebox is kind of like a Baldwin 10-wheeler. It just takes up the entire cab. Speaking of the cab, it does have some detailing. They're not down here. Yeah, that's just a quick overview of the engine. The engine does run fine, and let me just turn this around. And here's the other side. Oh yeah, the drop bar is flipped around. That way this engine will manage through curves without derailing. Also cut a bit of plastic on top of it. That way it can go up and down and not interfere with the engine. Anyway, as I was saying, this engine runs fine, and that's really neat. Anyway, back to the engine. Yeah, you might notice that the wheels are flangeless. Again, that's to manage smaller curves, which they are the same radius as these LGB curves. Oh yeah, again, I got LGB track for my new bright engine and future G-gauge engines, and man, I love this box. You carry it around on your under your shoulder, then you can just flip it open and just grab the track. And just great box design. Yeah, that's a switch. Back to the new bright engine. Right here we have a switch to turn on and off the train sounds. And I kid you not, when I was running this engine for like a while, or at least 50 minutes, and it just started to play Christmas songs. I just realized something about these new bright trains. They play Christmas music for a while. Which means New Bright used the same sound chip for their normal 440s. They also made Christmas 440s, which explains why this has a Christmas sound chip. Anyway, time to run this engine. I actually greased the gears inside and oiled the axle boxes, and I'll show a clip of that after running this engine, but here goes nothing. And yes, this engine does run in reverse. Just click this twice. And yeah, it also slows down when stopping. Anyway. Yeah, this engine sounds a bit better in reverse. If I don't want these train sounds, don't worry, I can put it in mute. Man, New Bright trains are... Man, New Bright always been thinking for the customer, for the parents. You can turn off the annoying train sounds with mute. But then again, the sound chip on the 440 isn't really that annoying. I mean, hey, at least it ain't a pullback where it had the cheap, standard Chinese sound chip that goes like. And that sound chip is still going even if you press it again. Okay, that sound has stopped. Right. I think we're about done talking about the engine. So I'm going to just leave a clip of lubricating this engine and then we'll go on to the tender. Lubricating a New Bright engine is pretty simple. Just have to unscrew these two holes. You got a drawbar and this plate. All you have to do is put grease in that one gear. Put a grease of your choice. This is probably too much, but again, this is a battery powered toy train, so I don't think much will hurt it. Then you just screw the plate back on. I'm gonna just lay the drawbar on the little loop. So I could just plug it in, let it run run in the air because I don't have full layout if y'all couldn't tell. And just let the gear grease and lube just do its work. Go forward. And reverse. No. Reverse and forward. The tender is pretty self-explanatory. It's a tender. What else do you expect? New Bright also used the same tender for their Prairie, which this 440 and the standard Prairie are the most used New Bright train mold for their battery powered trains. Anyway, enough about variants. This tender is well detailed and fits well with the 440. Got two boxes up here. Got detailing up down here. The door detailing to unleash the coal. Has stairs over here for some reason. I mean, there is a reason to not make this area look bland. Oh yeah. This rolls pretty nicely for having plastic wheels. But then again, it has these metal axles. I guess you could just replace those with metal wheels if you cut these clips off and fill that gap there. Anyway, oh yeah, these trucks have a nice amount of detail. Not much, but a good amount for a department store train. Got two boxes back here. Got handrails. And a ton of rivets. Enough for rivet counters to stay shut for at least... I can't think of a number. Anyway. Up here is the coal load. Actually, before we go into this coal load, there's a little clever screw right here that you can use, that you can screw with something flat enough like this Trackmaster 2 side rod I cut. Or you can use your nails if you didn't cut them for a year. Just flick it, you just turn it in. Yeah, with these, the batteries are in the tender, which is a standard for these old battery powered trains. But to be honest, I quite like that. Sure, it puts more weight on the tender instead of the engine, which all the weight has to go to the engine. That is a must. That way it can pull all its heavy load. But yeah, I still like the idea of batteries being in the tender because it's kind of metaphoric for the tender being essential for a steam locomotive, since that's where all of its fuel is. Of course, these battery powers are fuel for this train. Yeah, oh yeah, here's the plug. Comes from the hole in the corner. And now let's go on to the coal load, which looks pretty nice. This would look good if you dust this with actual coal dust and pour some coal on top of this to make it look better, but it looks pretty nice for what it is. It would look better if New Bright just put a matte finish on this. And to screw this, what is screws? That sounds like a Dr. Seuss word. And to screw this, all you have to do is turn this. Actually, this will be way better with a screwdriver, so let me just... Oh, bollocks. Where's my screw kit? Right here the whole time. get my legs. Gotta do this quick because I'm already 21 minutes in while recording this video, and my phone storage is being a bitch. Boom. You even hear a quick snap. Right, I'ma just put some all around pictures after connecting the engine to his tender, and then we'll go on to the rolling stock, which is not that much, but it's a good amount. Now we go on to the rolling stock. Of course, we'll first start off with the boxcar, since it's not the end of the train. Now, before I go into depth, I'd just like to point out something. This boxcar doesn't have articulating trucks. They just molded onto the body, or the undercarriage chassis part of the boxcar. But there is a variant of the boxcar that does have articulating trucks. And this is not the old version, nor is that, but those two were produced at the same time. So this could be just a boxcar for beginners or cheaper train sets, and the boxcars with articulating trucks are for the higher end train sets like the Rail Kings and certain other train sets that I couldn't think of at the top of my head. But yeah, I'd just like to point that out. Also, on the boxcar with the articulating trucks, they have separately fitted ladders. And there's a picture right there, see? Ladder. Not only that, this part seems to be separately fitted too. Now, I don't know if this is a thing that's exclusive to the lower end boxcar, but this boxcar only has one opening door. The other door is shut, probably to protect what you have. For instance, what you have inside the boxcar if you were to shunt it around, causing one door to fly open, because these are a bit loose. Yeah, you can see on this side, doors molded on. If you want a Southern Pacific boxcar, but you got a Burlington Northern boxcar, don't worry. This boxcar is not only a Burlington Northern, but it's also a Santa Fe, Southern Pacific boxcar. Oh wait, not only that, it's a Frisco boxcar, a New York Central Railroad boxcar. Oh, this goddamn boxcar is owned by North, South, East, and West railroads. Holy hell. Yeah, I believe... Yeah, this handrail is the same with the higher end boxcar and the lower end boxcar. This side, of course, is the same, just that this door is molded on now. And all these stickers have, like, these clear stickers out. I think there should be waterproof, or probably not. At both ends of the boxcar is different. This side has a handbrake, a little step right here to put your foot on while turning the brake, and of course step ladders right here. I think the handbrake is separately fitted on the other variant of the boxcar, though I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, and the special thing is, New Bright actually does weather these boxcars. I mean, this is some light weathering. Oh, yeah, there's a bit of styrofoam right there. I'll try to take it out later. But there are boxcars out there that have like soot weathering down here, and that's pretty nice. Well done, New Bright. Again, you could put little boxes or things inside the boxcar. I'd just like to point out, this coupler is actually cut off from my caboose, my Santa Fe New Bright caboose. I just super glued it on, and surprisingly it still holds on. Pretty neat. And I don't really mind chopping the coupler off of the caboose, since, you know, this is the last car of the train. Why would you have a caboose on the middle of the train unless if it's some sort of short line freight, or two trains combined into one? Anyway, so that's the boxcar. Oh yeah, this coupler is made without a hook. There's no location for a hook anyway. There we go. Right, now on to the Santa Fe Caboose. Now when I first got this, there's like a spinning top inside. I don't know if it's still in there. Let me try to look through my actual eye. Now you can look. Yeah, there's... I think the spinning top fell out of the windows up here. But yeah, this caboose is also weathered on the roof, which is pretty neat. These are the same type of trucks from the tender, so... Well, let me see if it's different on... Oh yeah, these trucks are different. These are separately fitted trucks. These are different. These trucks are completely different from these. Oh yeah, and they also have a different coupling style. Well, one end has a different coupling style. So yeah, that's the higher end boxcar. Here's a better resolution picture of it. And this is just the lower end for little kids. Anyway, back to the caboose, the last thing in this review. Got golden handrails and gold plated plastic handrails. Some people might not like this, but I like it. It kind of gives this set more of a toy feel. Kind of like the good old template trains of 1930s by Lionel. And these windows have gold plating around them. The Santa Fe font kind of looks like a knockoff, but come on, it's a toy train set. Give it some slack. Did the saying go like that? I don't know. Anyway. That's one side. It also got these marker lights on the side. You could drill out a hole on this hand and the other side. Put some gems inside to make it look like lights. Or you could cut that entire thing off, and you could do a lot of things with a New Bright box caboose. There's a lot of New Bright cabooses on eBay that you could just pick up and kit bash it to whatever you like. Hell, there's more cabooses than boxcars, coaches, and tankers and gondolas. Please, buy a caboose. That way it'll be easier for me to shop for a boxcar or coach. Anyway, got a little stack up here. Just gotta fix on there. Pretty neat. Got the handrails up here that are molded. Coupler on this side, motor coupler on the other side, which is cut off. Oh yeah, I forgot to show the undercarriage. Got a decent amount of detail. And got a bit of dirt from me running this set outside. I think, yeah, this... No, it's different on each coach, except... No, I think they're just flipped. Got brake detail. And this is what I like about New Bright trains. Most generic plastic battery powered trains, the company just don't stamp their company logo. It's more of a thing on the Chinese battery powered trains, since they've been passed around by company to company for the Rail King trains over the classic steam train set. But with New Bright, they actually stamped their logo on the bottom of their rolling stock and engines and track too. So yeah, I think that's about it for. Oh yeah, got this neat little elegant detail up here. So yeah, that's the new Bright Gold Rush train set. Now again, I got this for my birthday, and you know what's great about me getting this? The entire train set only cost me around $50, and that includes shipping. Without shipping, it costs like $30. So I went off with a deal. So I got this for a deal. So props to the eBay seller that sold me that. I was about to get a new Bright Santa Fe 440 for $20, but added another $20 for shipping, so $40. Thank God this popped up just in time for my birthday for me to ask my dad to buy it. Cause, oh boy, if I just bought the Santa Fe 440, I wouldn't have a chance to buy rolling stocks. Right, with all said and done, thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.
Well, let me have a rule and a saw and a board and I'll cut it. I'll climb up a ladder with a hammer and a nail and I'll nail it. Well, we worked so hard to build a little house together. In the snow or the rain or the ice cold wind, whenever. No matter what the weather, we're together. Let me have a rule and a saw and a board and I'll cut. Climb up a ladder with a hammer and a nail and I'll nail it. Well, we worked so hard to build a little house together. In the snow or the rain or the ice cold wind, whenever. No matter any weather, we're together.